I think I'm supposed to ask you. You're supposed to. Do you need glasses?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to. I thought it was actually going to be the opposite way. I thought I was going to have you, but okay. I like this. Which woman of history inspires you and why?
Oh, of history.
Of history.
A woman that I have always been infatuated with was Elizabeth Blackwell. At a time when women were not welcome in a university space, the first female doctor in a space that was just not open in education for women. I'm kind of infatuated with a person paving the way or finding the way or clearing the way like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think what's so fascinating
I mean, there's lots of women in history for me to choose from. I don't know why that's the first one that comes to my mind, but I just remember as a kid feeling like, oh my God, that must have been really hard and also amazing, and thank you.
Right?
What's the best advice you ever received from a female? Could be colleague.
When I was like 7, maybe, or 8, my mom taught me how to shake hands. You make eye contact, firm handshake, use the person's name, and I just remember, she was maybe a manager of a bank at the branch at the time, went on to be very successful at a major corporate bank, and she probably doesn't know that I know how much she experienced in that role as a woman in a male-dominated space. But when you're a kid, you're intrigued and you're nosy, you hear things. And so I just remember thinking, every time I shake somebody's hand, I think of my mom telling me how to do it the right way and how to be taken seriously. And that was really important advice, I think.
I think that's so cool. And that resonates with me because I remember, this was years ago when I was working in local government, and one of my colleagues brought her granddaughter in, and she's a little teeny tiny little girl. She must have been about that age, 6 or 7, and she was meeting the then deputy county executive, who was a very tall man, very nice man, but very tall and could be very intimidating,
daunting,
very, very daunting. And I just remember little Kyla reaching out and saying, "It's nice to meet you. My name is Kyla. What's yours?" So
Kyla got the same lesson I did.
She sure did. That is so great. That is really, again, it inspires a sense of confidence of knowing what are the social mores in this strange, different situation I find myself. And how do I make myself feel comfortable?
Yeah. Well, and over the years, when I've met somebody and shook their hand, generally men in positions of power, I would get this feedback. They'd be like, "Oh, that's a very firm handshake." I was like, "Oh, I'm so happy to surprise you with that."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love it. I love it. I know. I don't know why they expect a limp handshake.
Surprise!
Surprise!
We are confident.
We are confident. Absolutely. Right. Which woman
of history inspires you?
Well, it's funny that you chose the woman you chose, because I think there's not much difference, even though it's a different woman. And she was denied admission to medical school. So that was crushing to her. So she ended up deciding to apply to law school because she got fired up about being denied. And so she went to law school. She came back. Nobody would hire her as an attorney. So what did she do? She ran for the legislature, and she won. She then ran for a congressional seat from Hawaii. went to Congress and was the first woman of color to serve of any ethnicity in the United States Congress. And on top of that, she was the author of Title IX that people don't know. And she said, sometimes it's important to be the first one out in the field to cut the first furrow and just wait. And I just thought, that's helpful because sometimes I get really
You don't like
impatient.
waiting.
Yeah.
I know this about you.
Yes. It's like, come on, let's go. It wasn't they were trying to be the first.
Right.
But, and you will also know this about me, is the fact that she got mad and said, I'm going to find a different path.
Yeah, fine.
Right?
Not medical school, law school.
Right. So,
Yeah. That's great. I love that.
I love that. I love you. Okay, we're done.